So right now, the auto industry is in the midst of the greatest disruption we've ever seen.
We're going to see in the next 5 years vehicles in all segments, at all price points, and all of a sudden people will be able to have good alternatives that run on electricity instead of gasoline.
Well, there's no longer really a question of if the transportation sector is going to be electrified. It's a matter of how quickly.
Replacing gasoline with batteries offers a huge potential to add jobs, both in the manufacturing of batteries, but also in the recycling of them. And the circular economy has kind of been a buzzword for quite some time, but within the realm of electric transportation and the industry itself, that runs the gamut from trying to source batteries and their materials more ethically and sustainably, but also paying lots of attention to the end state of batteries and electric vehicles.
Over the last 5 years, we've seen a number of new technologies be introduced. We've seen a number of new business models, mobility as a service. We've seen a number of new entrants coming from outside traditional automotive landscape who are looking to really reinvent the industry.
Yeah, we're seeing suppliers focus on a more diverse array of chemistries offering to their automotive clients. They're open to forming partnerships and joint ventures with those automakers. And they're also focused on decarbonizing their own operations to help automakers meet their net zero carbon goals.
But still, if you're going to ramp from 1 to 2 million vehicles with plugs a year, which is where we are now, to something like 40 or 50% in 2030 or 2035, that requires an immense amount of raw materials. So there will be both additional mining and increasing focus on recycling. So it becomes incumbent on car makers to say, as the garment industry had to, okay, we need to look at our entire supply chain. How do we ensure that every step of the chain is being done ethically, legally, and so forth?
When it comes to needs for recycling and end-of-life processing, it's really not a question of what the energy storage or the automotive industry can do. There's really not much of a choice. Regulators are making it pretty clear that recycling has to be part of the battery and the electric vehicle equation.
There's going to continue to be tremendous demand for the 12-volt battery well into the next decade. The battery demand today, while a significant portion of it is driven by new vehicle sales, the vast majority of demands for 12-volt batteries are in the replacement market.
In autonomous vehicles, safety really is paramount. And what we see on the propulsion side is that just relying on a single source of power, in that high voltage battery, really isn't enough. There need to be several layers of redundancies and other batteries placed throughout the vehicle to ensure that if there is a failure, that these vehicles can fail gracefully, so to speak.
The fact of the matter is we're going to continue to see hundreds and hundreds of millions of vehicles on the road still having a need for a traditional 12-volt lead-acid battery.